What is up, cardboard nerds? Welcome back to Just Nuts, guys. Today we've got huge reveals for Animation Chronicle. We've got 2 new Apliancer cards, 3 new Cypher cards, 3 new Shark cards, and 2 new Destiny Hero cards at least. I don't even know if they're still doing reveals where we were like right in the middle of it. I didn't even see the Apliancer stuff until right before I started the video. But that's insanely hype. I cannot wait to get into some of these cards because these are all like interesting archetypes to me that I had looked at some point, maybe skipped over them because they weren't quite where I wanted them to be, and this will only go to help. So let's start off with a big one, Destiny Hero stuff. Crazy. Okay, we're gonna start off with Deforest. Let's get into this. Continuous spell. When this card resolves, you can add a Destiny Hero Plasma from deck or grave to your hand. Wow. Okay, so it doesn't search any Destiny Hero card, but it does search Plasma, which is one of the win conditions for heroes. Right now, it's like you either go Dark Law or you go Plasma, from what I've seen, and both are pretty good. Maybe this card sways that a little bit. We'll see. While you control Destiny Hero Plasma, apply these effects. Oh, all of them. Okay, so it's not apply one of these effects. All 3 of them. You cannot draw during the draw phase. Okay, there's your drawback. I guess that's fair. Your opponent cannot target cards you control with card effects. Wow, none of them, even itself, can't be targeted. Wow, that's crazy. Any card. And each Destiny Hero Plasma you control gains 100 attack for every monster in the graveyards. Okay. And it cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. Also, it can make a second attack during each battle phase. Yo, this card is kind of cracked. So you're telling me if you can just establish this plus Plasma and nothing else on your board, they'll both be untargetable. Plasma will be indestructible by card effects. He can attack twice, so he's closing games out quicker, and he gains 100 attack for every monster in grave. He takes, what, 3 tributes to summon, so that's at least 300. I think he starts at 19, so he'd be at least 22 if I'm thinking correctly. And that's just the monsters you tribute. You probably use other monsters, other heroes to get you to that point. And if your opponent tried to hand trap you, or maybe this isn't just turn 1 in the duel, there could be up to 20 monsters in grave, theoretically, with extra deck monsters and hand traps and you know, deck engines. This card, you could have a straight up like 4,000 attack point Plasma, untargetable, undestructible, and obviously his floodgate effect, negating all monsters on field. Wow, this is a strong card. I wonder how this works into combos because this only searches Plasma. It's not like this has the versatility of also being able to just search a different Destiny Hero card you might have wanted, but still, I think this is a really powerful card. Could be part of a crazy win condition going forward for heroes, maybe specifically Destiny Heroes. Very cool. Next up we have Dr. D. It's a normal spell. You can banish 1 Destiny Hero monster from grave to either add to your hand or special summon a Destiny Hero monster from your graveyard. Okay. In the second effect, you can banish this card from grave to target 2 Destiny Hero monsters you control. The attack of one of them becomes the attack of the other. Okay, so the first effect is obviously the main effect. It's a reborn, but you do have to banish a Destiny Hero from grave. That's really the only downside of cards like this, is that you do need to have somewhat of setup, because it's not just put a Destiny Hero in grave now. It's put a Destiny Hero. It's put 2 Destiny Heroes in grave. That way you can have one to banish and be able to add or summon the other, which is not the greatest. I still think it's a decent extender. Again, I don't know how searchable these cards are for them. I really don't know. But it's a decent extender. If it's part of combos, it could be interesting. I just don't love the fact that you have to banish. If this just said special summon a Destiny Hero from grave, I'd actually really be a fan of it. That's actually a pretty solid extender with a reborn. And the second effect is just fine, right? Like you have to have 2 specifically Destiny Heroes on field. And then I guess it can help you push for more damage or clear over certain monsters you might not have been able to otherwise, but fine, not worried about that effect as much. Also not a once per turn, which is kind of cool to note, but yep, nice. Okay, that's it for the hero stuff. Let's move on to the shark stuff. We start off here with Silent Sea Nettle. This is a level 4 water aqua monster. 800 attack, 1300 defense. Stats are nothing crazy. 2 hard ones return effects. The first effect reads, if you control a water monster, you can special summon this card from the hand. Yo, okay, so another extender right there with, what's his name? Oh my god, I can't remember that card's name. It's like the same thing. If you control a water monster, special summon it from hand, but you can't summon from the hand for the rest of the turn, I think is its effects. Okay, cool. You cannot special summon monsters that turn you activate this effect except for water. Okay, so just nice little quick extender from hand, but does lock you into waters, but I'm assuming whatever we're playing this in, probably water-based. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target up to 3 water monsters in your graveyard and shuffle them into the deck. Ooh, that's good too. Wow, even just for any just pure water deck, I think of like Mermails, almost exclusively use waters. They might try and use some like other stuff from the extra deck, but you know, still. This also has grindability. The only thing I could say to make this card better is shuffle 3 waters back into the grave or back into the deck to draw 1. It doesn't draw 1, but you do get to reset stuff. You get to throw resources back into your main deck, throw extra monsters back into the extra deck so you don't just run out of win conditions. This is a cool card. It's a good extender for pure water decks. Very much so. All right, next up we have some Exceeds. We have numbers 4 Deathly Poisonous Jellyfish Stealth Kraken. We'll just call him number 4 Stealth Kraken. He's a rank 4 water aqua effect monster. 1900 attack, 1500 defense. 19 is not bad. He requires 2 level 4 water, so still fairly generic. I like that. All face-up monsters on the field become water. Nice. That's low-key really nice. Okay, what are his other effects? Once per turn, during the main phase, quick effect. You can destroy 1 water monster your opponent controls, and if you do inflict damage to your opponent, equal half of its attack on the field. Yo! So this guy makes everything on the field water, including your opponent's stuff, and then he can quick effect during the main phase, just pop something your opponent controls, because they're all water because of him, and inflict some damage. And it's during either main phase, which I really like. It's not just your opponent's turn. He can do that again, just pop, 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 pop. Very cool. Last effect, if this Exceed summon card is destroyed, special summon Kraken spawns from your extra deck up to the number of materials this card had. Then you can attach up to 1 water monster from your grave to each of them as material. Ooh, okay, so it's this guy, right? Cool. So you summon an amount of these guys up to the number of materials this guy had, and then you give them water materials from grave. Okay, they each get 1 material. Cool. This is Kraken Spawn, another rank 4 water aqua monster. 19, 15, same stats as below or as above. Requires 2 level 4 waters. Okay, seeing a pattern. Once per turn during the main phase. Quick effect. You could destroy 1 water monster your opponent controls. The only downside I'm seeing with this is theoretically, most of the time I'm assuming you're summoning this off of this. And if this was destroyed, you're not making your opponent's stuff water anymore. So this guy destroying a water is not as good unless you're like summoning him next to him, right? And then they both can pop once. One thing I didn't mention, by the way, this does not target. That's really good. That's really good. This does not target either. Also pretty nice. They destroy, but non-targeting. Pretty good. Second effect, if this card is special summoned by a number Exceed monsters effect and is destroyed. Okay, so if this card is destroyed after it's been summoned off of your Kraken up there, you can special summon other Kraken monsters from your graveyard up to the number of materials this card had. Then you can attach 1 of them to that card. Okay, so if this card is summoned off of Kraken, and then this card is destroyed, you can summon back Kraken and give it a material. That's good. This is just good. Wow. This card's really good. This guy's a good extender, assuming you're just playing nothing but waters, which we probably are. I mean, you're just playing a rank 4 spam. You go Bahamut Shark for Toad, this guy as another rank 4, and if you want to add another rank 4, Abyss Dweller. All water, all really powerful. Wow. Okay, I like this. The floating is awesome, right? It's not busted, right? It's not just sent to grave, but it's just destroyed, period. They're going to float into something pretty good. Even this guy floats back into that guy. Very nice. I like that. That's really cool. That gets me immediately more interested in sharks again. Very, very cool. All right, next up we have Cypher support. Let's keep it moving. Cypher Biplane, a level 6 light machine, 1000 attack, 2000 defense. First and third effects are hard once per turn. First effect reads, if a Cypher monster is normal or special summoned, you can special summon this card from the hand. Okay, decent extender. Chain blocks certain things, I'm sure, and that's pretty nice. Second effect, once per turn, you can target 2 Cypher monsters you control that have a level, and they both become level 8 till the end of the turn. That's pretty nice, actually. Just right into a rank 8. Rank 8s are pretty fucking strong. That's nice too, yeah. And then if this card is destroyed by battle or card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card from grave to add a Cypher monster from deck to hand. Not a bad little bonus effect there at the end. If for some reason you weren't able to get to a rank 8 off of this card, or use him as material, link him off, exceed him off, whatever, if he does stay on the field, he does kind of scare your opponent away from killing him because you do get some solid resource back off of him. Very cool. Also, it's generic. So he jumps on the field pretty easy. If you can just pop him off of your own effect, he actually still searches. Pretty cool. Nice. Good first monster. Next up, we have Cypher Interference. Is a continuous spell that you can only use once per turn. During damage calculation, if your Cypher monster battles and there is another monster in the same with the same name on the field, you can double your battling Cypher monster's current attack until the end of the battle phase. Weird. This is a weird one for me. I don't know if Cypher has like a weird effect where like you have a monster, there's a way to like make your monster copy the name of your opponent's monster. In which case this becomes funny and cheeky, but I don't think this is overly good. I mean, it could be searchable as a Cypher spell. I don't know off the top of my head. It's fine. This is just cheeky. This is anime card. Animation Chronicle, it's fine. We're allowed to have a couple of those. And we have Double Exposure. Not a Cypher card, by the way. Continuous spell. You can only use both of its effects once per turn each. You can target 2 level 6 or lower monsters on the field with the same name and double their levels. Again, same name. Is there ways? Do Cyphers have cards that like make a Cypher monster on the field copy the name of any other monster on the field? Obviously, that makes this interesting. But it doubles their levels. It doesn't make their levels the same necessarily. Also, at the start of the battle phase, you can target a Cypher monster you control. The name of one other face-up monster on the field becomes the targeted Cypher monsters until the end phase. Okay, so there's the effect I was talking about. Copying names. Interesting. I don't think it's crazy. I just think it's fine. I think the monster's cool, but I think both the spells are kind of like, what's going on here? What's going on here? Very cool. Then we move to our Apliancer stuff. Let me do a quick check, make sure they didn't reveal anything else new. Doesn't look like it. Cool. We've got Apliancer Propellion. Propellion. Cool. Wind machine link monster. Link 1 points directly up. 1200 attack. Actually pretty high for a Link 1. And he requires an Apliancer monster to make. He cannot be used as link material. The turn he is link summoned. That's the stipulation all the Apliancer link 1s have. This card can attack directly. That's actually not bad. Just 1200 to the face every turn. Not bad. And his effects. He's got 2 more effects. Once per turn, during damage calculation, if your monster battles an opponent's monster and this card is co-linked, you can change your opponent's battling monster's attack to 0 during that damage calculation only. I like that this doesn't disclude himself. Yeah, so even if he's just co-linked, he can pretty much beat over anything. Pretty cool, pretty nice. It's a Dragoon out, right? Isn't Dragoon only immune to card effect destruction, not battle? Pretty good. Third effect, once per turn during damage calculation, if this card is not co-linked, and it battles your opponent's monster, you can change your opponent's monster's attack to 0 during damage calculation only. Okay, so not huge differences here, but I guess the small things to note is this second effect only affects himself. It says if this card, whereas the other effect says if your monster, period. So any monster battled while he was co-linked, you could beat over it, beat over something. This one is only if he's battling. Still fine, still pretty good. That means you could just raw summon him and he beats over anything. It's actually pretty good. Now that I'm thinking about it, I mean, it means he does have to destroy things, but as long as you're not worried about taking your battle phase, he non-targeting, Yeah, he non-targeting can remove any monster in the game taking your battle phase. And it's during damage calculation too, so you avoid certain cards. This is a cool card. This is nice for them. It's not disruption. I think they still need disruption, but we will take this for sure. All right, and the last card we have here is Apliancer Conversion. This is a quick play spell for Apliancers. You can only use the first and second effects of this card's name once per turn. Banish as many Apliancer Link monsters in your main monster zones as possible. Then you can special summon your banished Apliancer Link monsters up to the number of monsters banished by this effect. Okay, that's really strange. Got some strange stuff going on here. I'm very, very curious because... Okay, so how does this effect work? That's what I'm curious about. This card says banish Apliancer monsters from your main monster zones, then summon banished Apliancer monsters back equal to the number or up to the number. Does that mean the monsters you banish still count as monsters you can summon back? Like if you have nothing banished and you banished one, just say one, just for simplicity's sake, can you summon that same one back and this just becomes like a tag out effect? Like if you were targeted, you left the field and came back so you avoid the effect? I'm very curious on that. What I like about that is it gives you the potential to rearrange your co-links, right? All of the link monsters have effects that are based on whether they're co-linked or not. And they're sometimes they're better, sometimes they're worse, but it gives you the ability to swap them at the same time as being able to, like I said, dodge certain things. So assuming that works that way where you don't have to preemptively banish your link monsters, this is a nice little dodge card. Also, during your main phase, if this card is in the grave, except the turn it was sent there, you can banish any other appliance or spell trap from grave to add this card to hand. So it just recycles itself back after you've already have a useless appliance or spell trap in grave. That's nice, man. This card's cool. I mean, like, listen, does it break the game for them? No. But going second, it helps you dodge disruption. Comes back every turn, potentially. And this guy is helping you clear rower monsters. This is definitely a going second deck. But I would still like to see some disruption for when you can't OTK, being able to, like, have one link one that's like a nice little disruption. So even if you don't kill, if you can at least break the board but not kill, and set up like a disruption, that would be cool. That's the dream for me with this deck. But still, two nice little cards for Apliancers. I like this a lot. Hell yeah. Okay, let me check one last time just to make sure we have no new cards. Cool. That is it for today, guys. We got the Destiny Heroes. We got the rank 4s. These are super interesting to me, especially this guy and this guy. All three of them, honestly, are interesting. Cypher stuff, honestly, the Cypher stuff, this guy was the only guy I liked there. These were the only letdowns for me today. And for Apliancers, these are nice. These are really nice, helpful tools for them as well. So let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think of these cards here. If I missed any specific applications or anything, let me know there. Otherwise, let me know how much you are excited to see these in some of your favorite decks if you like these decks. And yeah, that's going to do it over here, guys. I love when new cards get revealed. Hopefully we get King's Court stuff soon. I know they just pushed it back a week and I'm pissed. But yeah, stay tuned for that. Thank you so much again. Subscribe if you haven't. You want to stay up to date on all Yu-Gi-Oh card reveals so you can get these hot reviews. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.